You are now watching The Beach.
We are less than 2 weeks away from what is likely the biggest Nintendo Direct of all time. But with such anticipation comes leaks. If I had $1 for every Nintendo Switch 2 leak video on YouTube, I still wouldn't be able to buy a house. I don't think I'd be able to even buy eggs. But there are a ton of those videos out there. When it comes to quote-unquote leaks and rumors, why am I so skeptical of them? Why don't I cover them extensively? I'll tell you why. Because anybody can make a leak, including myself. A lot of work and planning went into making this leak, and this leak caught the attention of social media and various gaming news outlets. But just how and why did I do it? Today marks the 10th anniversary of the release of the Gold Mario amiibo. Considering that, I felt that now would be the perfect time to share the story of how I made the Bronze Mario amiibo, or should I say, the Bronze Mario Hoax, and how it felt to be a certified Nintendo insider. Ever since the Gold and Silver Mario amiibo released all the way back in 2015, I always wanted a Bronze Mario amiibo. Considering the amiibo craze that was going on, my friend T&D joked about me going bonkers and camping out in front of a store, trying to get a Bronze Mario amiibo. I can't believe it was a decade ago. You literally had to be there for the amiibo craze. Man, I miss everything about the Wii U era. I miss the charming UI. And I also miss sleeping on a slab of concrete at 3 AM to get Mario Party 10 amiibo at Walmart! Unfortunately, that Bronze Mario amiibo was exclusive to Kmart, and my hopes of getting one were slim. So then I decided to pull a Sam Reed, and booked a ticket to Canada because it's a Zellers exclusive there.
Why are you closed? I want to go shopping in the Eaton Center!
They might have had it there, so I went to Canada and... oh no! That's when I decided that I had to make my own Bronze Mario amiibo. The goal of this project was to make a Bronze Mario amiibo to display alongside my Gold and Silver Mario amiibo. I could have just spray painted a regular Mario amiibo with bronze spray paint, but there's a problem. It would make it bronze, but it would cover up the etching for the eyes and M. It might be bronze, but it in no way would look even close to official. So I had to figure out, how am I gonna make this look official? I couldn't use a standard Mario amiibo for this project. I could have used a gold one, but I decided to go with the more common Silver Mario amiibo to customize. The amiibo needed to be Gold or Silver Mario, because they're solid colors and they have etchings for the eyes and M. I got the amiibo, but how was I going to make it bronze? No way am I throwing Mario into the tanning bed. I want more Mario games in the future. So what I decided to do is go with the transparent orange spray paint. Combined with the silver, it looks like bronze, and it also theoretically would keep the etchings, which is key in making the Bronze Mario amiibo look authentic. I got a ton of masking tape and completely covered the entire base. You could take the figure off and then put it back on, but the masking tape works just fine. I also used an X-Acto knife to precisely cut around Mario's shoes. Now, when it came to the spray painting, this is where things became more time consuming than just using a bronze spray paint. Because the paint is transparent, I had to do multiple coats. I had to make sure that there were just enough to make it look bronze, while also not overpainting it. It's really difficult not to overpaint when spray painting, but with patience and technique, you can get an excellent result. Once everything was dry, I took the masking tape off and wow! I gotta say, I'm very impressed with how it turned out. It looks like an official Bronze Mario amiibo. Now I got my wish of having a Bronze Mario amiibo, but then I got inspired. I thought it turned out great, but I wanted to see how many people would think it was legitimate. You know the best kind of Nintendo leaks besides the ones that are true? Ones that are made to challenge an artist to make something convincing. Remember when Curio-Matic made the Rayman and Super Smash Bros. 4 leak? I was bummed out it wasn't real, but the way he did it and the artwork itself was so impressive, I couldn't even be disappointed for that long. It was super cool. My favorite Nintendo leak of all time is when Frank Sankrevest created a leak switch controller based on patents using a combination of 3D printing, laser cutting, and a ton of effort and creativity. The controller itself was a Frankenstein screen with 2 analog sticks, but it was made so incredibly well that it did look kinda convincing, but thankfully, it wasn't real. I do wonder if the analog sticks would still drift if this controller was the one that we got. Creating the Bronze Mario amiibo was only half of making a Nintendo hoax, because the next half is the peanut butter to the salsa of creating a leak. Coming up with a convincing story. Name a better combo than peanut butter and salsa in the comments. I dare you to find one. I can't remember the quadratic formula for the life of me to save myself on an exam that determines whether or not I can get my college degree. But what I can remember is how the Silver Mario amiibo leaked back in 2015. A fellow collector, Mateo Max, found a Silver Mario amiibo before it released on the Chinese website Taobao, very similar to eBay. He made a video showcasing his find, and even showcased it working in Mario Party 10. Man literally found treasure, only to play with trash. But the key elements from the original Silver Mario leak that needed to be applied to the Bronze Mario leak were the source and the packaging. I was able to Photoshop a listing from Taobao. The Bronze Mario amiibo was never listed there for obvious reasons, but when it came to making the listing, I wanted it to look authentic. It's supposedly coming from China, so I included bamboo curtains in the background to make it look more exotic, and I also made sure to include a video for the listing as well. Having multiple videos and high quality images were crucial for this leak. Combine that with the bizarre nature of the story, and I was ready to unleash Act 1 of the Bronze Mario Amiibo hoax. I went under the pseudonym Tyler Morales and claimed I found a Bronze Mario amiibo on Taobao. I then told various gaming news outlets about how I struck gold. But little did they know, it turned out to be fool's gold. Articles about the Bronze Mario amiibo were met with some skepticism. They were first published in October 2021. The Gold and Silver Mario amiibo would have released 6 years prior at that point. If Nintendo were to release it, it would have been really weird timing, but it definitely would have been a Nintendo thing to do. But to my surprise and devious delight, many people were believing that it was actually real. I saw instances where skepticism was brought up about its authenticity, and there were replies saying, if it was painted, you wouldn't be able to see the pupils. My favorite one is when the skepticism about the silver on the shoes was brought up. There was a reply that said, we thought the same thing, but there is also a video in the article as well. The eyes do not appear to be painted over from a silver one, unless someone is amazingly good. But overall, the prank so far has been a success. Part of this experiment was to find out firsthand why people make fake leaks in the first place. What did I feel after people were convinced it was real? Considering this Bronze Mario amiibo was an art project first and foremost, I did feel honored that people thought my custom was amazingly good. Not everyone thought it was real, but the feeling I had is just like that feeling when you prank someone, with the hint of flattery thrown in. If you make a fake Word doc leak, you're definitely going to get that satisfying feeling of pulling a prank if people fall for it. But even though the Bronze Mario amiibo leak was a lot more intricate than a majority of Nintendo leaks, there were factors that led people to believe it was bogus. The key indicator that the Bronze Mario amiibo is actually a painted Silver Mario amiibo is when you look at the shoe soles. I wasn't able to reach them with just a spray paint. Unfortunately, that imperfection did give some clues into the Bronze Mario amiibo being a hoax. But remember how I said I took the pseudonym Tyler Morales for this project? I actually made an account on YouTube with the name showcasing the Bronze Mario amiibo. And that video managed to get over 500,000 views. That's more than any of my videos on my actual channel, not including shorts. What I didn't showcase was the bottom of the amiibo base, because there is a serial number that would confirm it is indeed a Silver Mario amiibo. So for Act 2, I needed to make this hoax even more convincing. But what did I do for Act 2? Before getting into Act 2, make sure to like this video, leave a comment about what your favorite amiibo is, and subscribe to the channel. We are 20k away from 100,000, and getting that silver play button has been a dream of mine ever since I was a kid. I also started up memberships, so feel free to join them as it helps the channel keep on going. Now on to Act 2. The Silver Mario amiibo from Taobao didn't come in a standard amiibo box. There was no artwork on the package, and it's clear that it was rehomed from the assembly line. And by rehomed, I mean the kind of rehoming where you rescue abandoned restaurant sugar packets and bring them to your own home. The box itself has a black background, and the outer clear plastic. So then I thought, why not replicate this box Silver Mario came in, and post another leak in a few months? All I need to do is get an amiibo box and spray paint the back black. It's just a matter of cutting the plastic window precisely. I'm an emo Nintendo YouTuber. I would know that very well. This second leaked video wasn't from Tyler Morales. I designed this one to look like it came from a factory or warehouse in China. For this part, I made a poster advertising not just the Bronze Mario amiibo, but re-releases of the Gold and Silver Mario amiibo to coincide with it. And considering a new Mario game was releasing soon, I made the fake promotional poster include Mario Strikers Battle League, which was not a good idea considering that that game has no amiibo support. In fact, it doesn't even have a game. If I didn't include the poster, I'm sure I could have dragged on the Bronze Mario mystery longer, periodically posting about it, letting the mystery continue. I could have gone on, but I feel that Act 2 served as a nice conclusion. The reaction to Act 2 was similar to that of Act 1. I did manage to prank my friends Reese and Anton Retro into making videos about it where they speculate on whether it was real or not.
And at first that seems fake, like anyone can make something like that, but in the background there's an ad for Mario Strikers Battle League with like an actual render of the box for Bronze Mario, and then
we can see that Mario's eyes and the letter M on his hat are actually well painted in the correct bronze color. Most custom Mario amiibos do not have this, as they use either a completely different color or they are just terribly painted, so that already has some weight to it. Even the base itself is the correct Mario one and isn't painted over.
To this day, they still don't know I'm behind the Bronze Mario amiibo. 2022 marked the finale of the Bronze Mario Hoax, but as time has gone by, it's occasionally brought up as a part of amiibo history, and until now, was an unsolved mystery. The moral of today's story? If Nintendo won't make a Bronze Mario amiibo, then I'm going to make what Nintendo won't. But it's also important to remember that no matter how convincing a leak may look, and even if it has quote-unquote credible sources, it only takes one crazy guy with a can of transparent orange spray paint to make a leak. In the end, I did find it cool and felt honored that many people thought my custom Bronze Mario amiibo was official. However, I would not, and I repeat, would not attempt making one for yourself. For one, Silver Mario amiibo aren't even in print anymore. If you ever have the desire to make one, wait until they're back in print. There is a lot that can go wrong with spray painting, and you could end up ruining the amiibo. Nowadays, if I wanted a Bronze Mario amiibo, I would 3D print a custom one. If it's on display with Gold and Silver Mario, it's going to be in the distance and it'll look great. And you're not sacrificing any amiibo either. Always remember this when it comes to Nintendo leaks. They're only worth listening to if they're consistent and have legit evidence to back them up, like with the Nintendo Switch 2 Next handheld leaks. Or if they're from the bird, the myth, the legend himself, Pioro. Now then, did I tell you guys about how on that trip to Zellers I was able to get the exclusive Pioro amiibo?